What's up, guys? How we doing today? I'll tell you what, it's actually a beautiful day today down here in Orange Beach, Alabama. Welcome to this week's show. Let me make sure we are live real quick. Hope you guys are doing super well. Give me 1 second here. Let me make sure there we go. Yeah, we are live. Hope you guys are doing super well. Like I said, welcome to this week's show. We had a tropical storm down here on the Gulf Coast this week. Tropical Storm Cindy. It wasn't bad by any means, you know. It was about 50-mile-an-hour winds at the most, but it lasted so long. It was like a 4-day storm, 50-mile-an-hour winds, rain. It was pretty bad, but the sun's out now. It's a beautiful day today. It's still a little windy, but yeah, we're just kind of coming through that. So, you know, guys, welcome to the show this week. This week I'm going to talk about a little bit about my story, my background. I started out in life as a roofer. I roofed houses. My dad owned a roofing business, and I started out making $300 a week roofing houses. That's where I learned how to work so hard, and I translated that into real estate. So I'm going to get into that a little bit, but I'm going to give everybody a little chance to log on and give everybody a moment just to. Yeah, now we got some people. What's up, everybody? Justin, Pettigay, Cindy, Matt, Philip. Got a nice little crowd going. Anyway, guys, oh shoot, can you not hear me? Guys, let me know if you cannot hear me. Let me make sure you guys can hear me, man. Anyway, yeah, I'm just chilling today. Okay, cool. Everybody can hear me. What's up, Lee? Patrick, Sharon. Hope everybody's well today. So, guys, listen. This is a show where you guys ask me questions. That's how this thing works. Y'all just ask me questions as we go. Looky here. So far this year, I've closed 70 deals. Last month, I've been making $100,000 a month this year so far. Last month, I did $160,000 in commissions, and I listed 17 properties in May. So think about that for a second. I got 17 listings, and I did about $160,000 in commissions all in the same month. So I'm closing deals and I'm listing deals. You know, I've got a system where I'm constantly getting new business as I'm closing out old business. So I feel like that it's very, very important to get to that point where you can do both, you know, where you can handle your current business and also still have the ability to go after new business. So that's what we're going to get into a little bit today. You know, I wanted to say too, before I get started, next week, I'm going to be in Atlanta. I'm going to the Tony Robbins, Gary Vee little convention next Thursday. I'm going to have lunch with Gary Vee, which is real exciting. That's going to be Thursday. And then Friday, I'm going to go to RE/MAX Center in Atlanta. It's actually in Duluth, right there, kind of northeast of Atlanta. I'm going to do a talk for RE/MAX Center there. So if you're in the Atlanta area, 11 o'clock next Friday, I'm going to be there doing a talk and a Q&A for, I don't know, maybe 50 or 100 agents. So real exciting week next week. What I'll do next week for the show is I'm just going to go live when I do my talk next Friday at 11 o'clock. I'll create an event for it, but I'm going to go live for my talk and my Q&A at the Remax Center. So that'll be real exciting. Okay, looks like we got about everybody that's going to log on. What's everybody up to, man? I hope y'all are doing well. We weathered the storm all right, and no damage or anything, but it was a long storm. It was like 3 or 4 days. So we're glad that's over with. So let's talk about it for a second, man. I went from roofing houses to making $100,000 a month in real estate. And, you know, it's very interesting. When you think about like my transition point from roofing houses to selling real estate, you know, I was born into roofing. I didn't know any different. This is how I knew that you were supposed to live, is you get up and you go to work all day and you work your ass off. You lay shingles all day from sun up to sundown. You get paid for how many shingles you actually lay all day. So, you know, I turned into a shingle laying machine. You know, I translated as many shingles as I laid into how many dollars I made. And so that's how my brain worked. My brain worked on a high productive level as I get paid for what I do. And so I believe that is a huge, huge reason why I've done so well in real estate, is because from a very early age, I have been taught and my brain has been trained to the statement that I get paid for what I do. So I think that's very interesting when you look at the landscape of real estate and real estate agents, and a lot of the feedback I get from agents that aren't very successful, the feedback I get from agents that are very successful, it all comes down to you get paid for what you do. So when I transitioned into real estate, you know, it bothered me very badly that when I went to work in real estate, I didn't necessarily get paid for the work that I did right then. I couldn't really compare real estate and roofing because, you know, when you work and you lay a certain amount of shingles, you get paid. In real estate, you could send out 100 postcards and you may or may not get paid. So I think that's very, you know, interesting. So what I had to do is I had to figure out what in real estate translated to me getting paid for everything I did. And so it really bothered me until I did figure it out. You know, it took me 8 months to make my first sale, you know, which is very interesting because I have agents come to me that's been in the business 6 months, 2 months, 3 months, you know, even 8 months or so. Maybe they've had 2 or 3 sales, and they're just kind of upset and all that, and they don't realize how good they're actually doing. You know, if you're an agent, you're in your first year, and you know, I talked to a guy the other day. He's like 15 months in the business. He sold 24 properties. You know, guys just killing it. So, you know, people that aren't selling that much in their first year, you got to understand something, that, you know, the first couple years is a learning curve. You know, it's very interesting because when you go to college, you have to pay to learn. But it's the other way around in real estate. You actually get paid to learn, right? As you're going through real estate and you're trying to learn how all this stuff works, you know, and you do a little deal here, a little deal there, and you're learning, you do a deal, you learn, you do a deal, you're getting paid to learn. All this knowledge that you're gaining, you're actually getting paid to learn it. So I think that's a very important concept to understand as a new agent, is that, you know, as opposed to college, you actually get paid to go out there and learn and do business. So I had to figure out what translated into money for me in real estate, something that I could go to work every single day and do all day long that I knew was going to pay me. Right? So it took me a long time, but I finally realized what that missing little piece was. Excuse me, guys. Let me make sure I'm good here. Okay. So anyway, I hope y'all can hear me all right. I had to figure out what that missing little piece was. You know, what activity could I do all day, every day that would guarantee me a paycheck, right? So, you know, first I had to have the right mindset. You know, I had to really dig deep and really find myself, because it's hard. Starting out in real estate, or, you know, building any kind of business in the beginning is really hard. So I had to get the right mindset. You have to understand that it's not easy. You're going to have a lot of doubt. You're going to have a lot of ups and downs. This real estate is a roller coaster of emotions, and you have to learn how to deal with that, and weather the storm and keep going, right? Which brings me to a point. You know, when you lose in real estate, when you lose a deal, when you feel defeated, you know, when you feel like you've worked your finger to the bone and you don't get anything out of it, what you're not figuring into the equation is the experience that you're gaining through all that. You're a much better agent now that you've went through all that loss. You're much better now. Now you can turn around and take all that knowledge, be a better agent moving forward, and go use it to do more deals and be better with everybody. So, you know, you have to have the right mindset. You have to not crumble to defeat and rejection, because you're going to get a lot of it. I still have defeats. I still lose listings. I still, you know, people tell me no. I still have rejection. It's part of it. And if you don't have that in your life, then you're not growing. That means you're just doing what makes you feel comfortable, which means that you're always going to be exactly where you are in life. You're never going to move forward. So I had to figure out what I could do all day long that would give me a guaranteed paycheck, what the equivalent was from real estate to roofing. And finally, I figured it out. It was phone calls, right? So what I figured out about phone calls was that in real estate, relationships are the only thing that matters. And with a phone call, that's where a relationship, you know, when you talk to somebody, either on the phone or in person, that's where transactions happen. That's where the big money is in real estate. Your number one priority should be talking to as many property owners that own property in the niche market you want to sell. If you want to sell in a certain neighborhood or complex or street or area, you need to talk to as many property owners in that area, street, complex, or area as you possibly can at all times, and that's going to make you the most money. That's where the money's at, talking to property owners. So when I realized that the phone could put me in contact with and talk to the most property owners at any given time, that's when I just went bananas, right? I just got on the phone all day long, 100 calls every single day for 2 years, and that was the beginning of my monstrous career. You know, and this was back in the day when there weren't dialing systems. I had to dial the number. I had to leave every message. I had to see if it was a good phone number or not. And the percentages were very low of people I got in contact with. But it was worth it, and I knew it would be worth it. So hold on one second, guys. Let me... I'm not having great internet service here on my phone, so I can't see if anybody's asking me any questions. All right. Yeah, man. So it was very interesting. You know, I translated laying shingles to making phone calls. You know, once I made that comparison, then I went crazy. You know, I'm a pretty extreme guy. You know, I'm either all in or all out. When I know that when I see something that I know is gonna really work, then I'm gonna go all in. I try a lot of things. Okay, I experiment a lot. A couple things that I want you to think about is, you know, when you're new, there's a lot of garbage out there. You know, there's a lot of companies out there, fly-by-night companies, want you to spend 20 bucks a month, 50 bucks a month, 100 bucks a month to send you leads or do this or do that. And, you know, if you want to experiment, go ahead. I think you should try as many things as you can to figure out what works for you. Once you figure out what works for you on a very high level, on the level that you want, then go all in. And that's how I was with phone calls calling property owners. At the end of the day, I believe that you have to figure out your way, but whatever your way is has to involve having as many conversations as you can with property owners. You know, there's no way to become a huge success without talking to property owners each and every day, all day long, and creating long-term relationships with those property owners. So when I got to that point in my career, the market was starting to really heat up. I got in 2002, the market blew up. When the market crashed, I lost everything. I went bankrupt. I was living on got people's couches and stuff. I got a question real quick, guys. Jonathan Johnson asked me, do I send text messages or go on Zillow to send message for sale by owners? Guys, I'm glad, Jonathan, thank you for bringing up this question. Let me repeat the question. Do you send text messages or go on Zillow to send a message to for sale by owners? Let me tell you guys real quick about for sale by owners. I don't do for sale by owners. I don't do for sale by owners. I don't do expired listings. I feel like there's no money in that. I feel like there's actually very little money in for sale by owners and expireds. I could get into the reasons why. If somebody wants me to get into the reasons why, then please feel free to comment and let me know. And I'll get into the reason why I don't feel like for sale by owners and expireds are worth your time. But no, for sale by owners and expireds and stuff like that are just not for me, for several reasons. But you know, I'm doing this 30-day Jumpstart program starting July 3rd, and it's going to be a group coaching call once a week. And we're going to get into exactly how to build a foundation of your business for long-term success. And it absolutely will not have anything to do with for sale by owners or expireds or Zillow leads or internet leads or any of that stuff. I stay away from that stuff. Okay. Peta asked me, please explain why. Thank you. For sale by owners and expireds, I'll just run through it real quick. For sale by owners and expireds are both sellers that pretty much want to sell. Maybe the expired and maybe they don't want to sell anymore. Maybe the for sale by owner doesn't really want to sell. He's just trying to sell, but chances are they want to sell, okay? So what happens is that the for sale by owner, when you call a for sale by owner or expired, normally they're getting calls from other realtors as well, okay? So it turns into a very high pressure situation where you have to call the for sale by owner or the expired. You have to you're competing against the other agents. You have to plead your case of why you're the agent that they should choose. And everything has to happen really fast because they're ready to sell right now. So, and the for sale by owner or expired seller, their block is up. You know, their block is up. You know, you're an agent. You're just another agent trying to come in there and get the listing. And, you know, you may or may not get the listing, but, you know, at the end of the day, you know, they had so many agents call them, they're just kind of agent out. They've just heard from too many agents and too many, you know, fast talking agents and sell pitches and all that stuff, right? I feel like it's a very high pressure situation. So my solution to that is to circle prospect. Is to call property owners around listings and sales in neighborhoods, complexes, streets, stuff like that. And when you call random property owners, it turns into a very low pressure situation, right? They're not ready to buy or sell, okay? But their guard is not up like a for sale by owner. You know, they're pretty much, when you call a for sale by owner, you can hear it in their voice that they're a little bit ticked off that another agent's calling them most of the time. But when you call somebody randomly and you say, hey, this is Ricky Carruth over at RE/MAX of Orange Beach. How you doing today? They're like, hey, Ricky, how's it going? They're hearing from somebody at RE/MAX, you know, that's probably fixing to give them some good information about the market or something like that, but they're not getting bombarded by agents. So it's a very low pressure situation, right? And what you do is you take those people and you create this database of those kind of people that will use you when they get ready to buy or sell. And you build that database up, huge database over years of people that you've talked to, that you've developed a relationship with, that say that they're going to use you when they decide it's time to buy or sell. You know, with a for sale by owner or expired, it's kind of hard to get a relationship because at that point in time, they've talked to so many agents, their guard's up, and they're just not even really interested in even talking to you because they feel like you're just another fast-talking agent trying to get their listing. So, you know, I have called a lot of for sale by owners in my career. I've called a lot of expireds in my career. I've gotten listings off for sale by owners and expireds. And also, I've done circle prospecting. And when I compare the two, I just feel more comfortable with a low pressure situation. I feel more comfortable gathering a database of people who say they'll get when they get ready to buy or sell, they're going to call me, and developing lifelong relationships with these people. You know, you get referrals, repeat business, stuff like that. So I hope that clears that up. Please ask me a question if there was something that I didn't clear up about for sale by owners and expireds. I just feel like that's not the way to go. But I feel like a lot of coaches are preaching go after for sale by owners and expireds, and I think it's just an easy way out for coaches. I think that that's just a way to put leads into agents' hands. You know, it's just something to say to go after. It's a hot lead, somebody that does want to sell, and it's an opportunity. And here's the thing. For sale by owners and expireds are great for new agents. I think every single new agent should do for sale by owners, you know, in their first month or two. Get their feet wet, talk to some prospects, go look at some properties, maybe go show some properties. You know, really get your feet wet in the market. You know, you get the most experience in the least amount of time calling for sale by owners and expireds. It's great. I love it for that. But what people get confused with is that they feel like that's going to be their career. They look at it like for sale by owners is going to be the path to making $1 million. And I don't see it. But also there's different markets that do different things. You know, and I'm not saying it's bad to do. I just feel like that, you know, if you're a great for sale by owner agent, then great. Dive all in, go head first, and make it happen. If you're great with expireds, do it. Do it. I mean, if you feel good about it and that's where you like the production and you feel like you're getting where you want to go, I want you to do for sale by owners and expireds. I'm not preaching against for sale by owners and expireds. I just want you guys to know the difference. For sale by owners, high pressure situation, circle prospecting, low pressure situation, and an opportunity to create lots of future business. Now, Ricky, what are we going to do in the short term? What are we going to do till the future business comes? Well, if you're calling enough people circle prospecting, you're going to run into people that want to do business now. That's the thing, guys. You're going to run into people that want to do stuff now while you're building this huge database for the future. How do you think I've done 70 deals so far this year? You know, it's not because it just happened. It's not because I made so many calls this year and I magically make people want to buy and sell stuff because I have a real slick tongue or something. That's not it. what it is I've made so many calls over the past 15 years that I have a huge database of people that said 5 or 10 years ago that they would use me when they get ready to buy or sell, and now they're ready to buy or sell. And I've done it with so many people. And this is what I want. This is what I want to teach. July 3rd, I'm going to start the 30-day Jumpstart program, and this is what I want to teach. I'm going to do a special on it. Anybody that watches this, anybody that sees the replay, if you just go to ZeroToDiamond.com and just become a member, it's $47 a month. If you just become a member, I'm going to throw you in the 30-day Jumpstart program, and you don't have to pay the $300 startup fee. Just become a member, get started, $47 a month. You also get my phone scripts, 90-day action plan, video library. Dude, there's some cool stuff in that video library, and I'm putting new videos in there every week. So I'm real excited about the 30-day Jumpstart program because I'm really gonna help agents. I'm doing this because I really want to help, and I have a passion for what I'm doing. So I want to get you guys headed on the right track. Like just for example, the group coaching calls every week. Week 1, we're going to go over mindset. Okay, that's going to be the first thing. We're going to go over social media. I want to talk about exactly what you need to be doing on social media on a daily basis to grow your business. And we're going to talk about database. We're going to talk about database, what you need to be thinking about, how you need to be growing it. Okay, I'm going to give you some assignments. You guys can ask me any questions you want. And then the next week, we're going to talk about phone calls. And we're going to get into phone calls. So I already have about 8 people that's included in the 30-day Jumpstart program. So anybody that goes to ZeroToDiamond.com and signs up for the membership, $47 a month, will be included. Do that before July 3rd, and we'll get you on the group coaching call. And I'm going to take you guys' business to the next level. I want you guys to be where I'm at. 70 deals a year, 25 million, 70 deals so far this year, 25 million closed. I have over 20 properties under contract, 60 listings as a single agent. So let's talk about phone calls for just a second. Unless somebody has a question, hold on. Okay, Ronnie Hill. He's asking me what time. Let's see. Ronnie Hill's asking me, can I ask what time the group coaching calls will be? Because I work a day job from 6:30 to 3. Here's the thing, man. The group coaching calls are going to be recorded, and they'll be put in the private area for members only on ZeroToDiamond.com, and you can always go back and listen to them forever. Also included in the membership is we're going to do 1 group coaching call per month. Okay, where you guys we're going to talk, we're going to discuss, you guys can ask me stuff. That's going to be included in the $47 a month. Once a month forever, we're going to do a group coaching call, and that also will be recorded and placed on the website where if you miss it, you can go back and listen to it. And after a while, there'll be 10, 20, 30, 40. You can go back and listen to as many as you want. So that's real excited. It's something I'm adding to the coaching program to give some interaction between me and you guys. To where I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to help you guys. So if you guys think of anything else I can do, please let me know. Let's see. So, like I said, I want to talk about phone calls real quick and kind of go through that. Phone calls. A lot of people are scared to make phone calls, right? I did a show about a month or so ago about how to get over your fear of phone calls. Really good show. I want you to go back and listen to it if you want to get all the details of how to overcome your fear of making calls. But here's the thing, guys, right here. Here's one of the main things that I learned from my first broker that's just super important. It's carried with me 15 years now, and I'll have it forever. What it is When a prospect tells you no, what you have to understand is that doesn't mean no. Okay? When a prospect tells you no, it means not right now, but maybe later. Please stay in touch with me. And thank you. Right? They said all that, but they were lazy, so they just said no. When they say no, that's your opportunity to begin the relationship for the future. Okay, we're going to go through all this in the 30-day Jumpstart program, how to do it, what to say, all that stuff. You have to think of a phone call like a roadmap. You know, there's only 4 or 5 different end results of a phone call. And once you know the 4 or 5 end results, and you know what's going to happen, you know how the call is going to end. Only one of 4 or 5 ways. Okay, and then through the call, there's going to be a couple forks in the road, a couple twists and turns, but you know exactly how to handle every little turn, every little fork in the road to get to where you want to be at the end of the call. And you understand that if it doesn't work out exactly like you want, that's okay, because you're going to make 99 more calls, and out of that 99, a certain percentage are going to start following you for the future. Okay, certain percentage are going to do deals with you now. So let me break this down for you. You know, if you, Patrick, I see you got a question, and I think it's a good question. I just want to break this one little statistic down for you guys real quick. Let's say you have 100 people, right, that you're going to call, or even 1,000 people, 2,000, 10,000, right? I want you to think about this for a second. Out of 100 people, all right, half of those people will never do business with you. They have another agent. They'll never sell. They don't like you, whatever the case may be, okay? Half of them, okay? And then 25% or so of those people that you call like you and would do a deal with you in 10 years, right? They like you. They're just not ready to do anything. They may not do anything for 10 years, but they would deal with you if you stayed in touch with them that long and stayed on their mind, right? Then about 15% of people will do something with you in 5 years, okay? And then you have about 10%, 10, 12, 13% that will do something with you within a year or two. Right? And then you have this little sliver of people that's like 1% or less that may actually do a deal with you within the next 3 to 6 months. Okay? These are real statistics based on my phone call research that I've done over the years. You know, you got about half of the people you talk to won't do anything with you. You got most of the other people will do something with you later, okay, if you stay in touch with them. I stay in touch with them via email. That's how see, what you have to realize is that if you can put something together, a system in place that can capture all those people that actually like you but not ready to do anything, think about how big your business would be in the next 5 or 10 years, right? But you're losing all that business because you're not putting a system in place to capture those people who actually like you and would use you when they got ready if they remember you. Okay, so that's another system we're going to talk about in the 30-day Jumpstart plan. We're gonna put that together to where you guys can actually take advantage of all these people that actually like you enough to do business with you, but you have to do your job to stay in touch with them. So I think it's very interesting when you look at the statistics of phone calls and the people that will do business with you and the people that will not do business with you. It's all right there for you. You just have to go make the calls. There's an unlimited amount of business. There's an unlimited amount of loyal clients for every agent. There's an unlimited amount of people to call in every market. I'm still making cold calls to people I've never talked to in my market, and I've made tens of thousands of calls over my career. And I haven't even scratched the surface of the people that I could call. You'll never call everybody. You'll never even come close to calling everybody. Get to work. Start making calls. Call property owners, see what you can do to help them. I'm fired up about this because I believe that if you guys made it a priority to actually call property owners all day long, and you do it the right way, and you put a system in place to salvage those relationships for the future, you guys would all be killing it. So I'm real passionate about this because I want to see you guys succeed. All right, let's see what I got here, man. Got a quick question from Patrick. Patrick, by the way, is my cousin in Huntsville, Alabama. He's thinking about getting into real estate. He is currently works at a hospital. So he's asking me, what are your thoughts on quitting day job to concentrate on a real estate career? Absolutely do not do that, okay? You do not quit a day job to start a real estate career. You do both for about a year. That's the reality of it. You do both until you're making enough money in real estate to quit. You don't quit and hope for the best. That's not how this works. You continue working your day job. You do real estate on the side, okay, which we can get into that, Patrick. You do real estate on the side, and you build it. You build it slower because you're not doing it full time. But on your days off, you don't have days off anymore. Your days off are now full-time real estate. And when you work, you try to maybe do stuff on your breaks or after work, before work. But when you have a day off, that's now full-time real estate. You now have two jobs, and you have to work your ass off until you make enough money in real estate to replace the income that you were making in your day job. That is the reality of it. That's what you have to do to make it, because if you quit your day job, hope for the best, what if it doesn't work out? Now you're way behind. You don't want to go backwards in life, guys. You want to go nothing but forward. You want to add to what you have, not subtract stuff and try to add stuff. You want to always add to what you got. All right. I hope that helps you. Please let me know if you have a further question about that. Sharon Powell asked me, do I mail if you don't have an email? If so, what are you mailing? Sharon, I don't worry about it if I don't have an email address. If I don't have an email address, then I just don't worry about it. I take what I can get and move on. I don't get hung up on people, and I don't try to create systems outside of what works to try to capture more people. I try to do what I do on a massive level. Now, do I do postcards? I do. I do about 2,000 postcards every single month. And that is not necessarily to the people I'm sending emails to. It's two different databases. I've got the 2,000 postcards going out to $1 million and up properties in my area. And then I have my email database of over 10,000 people that I send the email to every week. So I know where you're going with that question. And the answer is I don't worry about it. I just forget about that person, right? And I keep moving forward and try to find more people and try to get more email addresses. So I really hope that helps. I know some of the stuff I say sounds crazy sometimes, I know, but it's just the way I am. I don't, number one, I don't sugarcoat, but number two, I'm just I only move forward. I don't go backwards. If something's not working, then I just keep moving. I don't sit there and try to make something work that may or may not work. I'm really good at making stuff work, and I do try to make stuff work. But if it's holding me back from moving forward, then I gotta leave it behind and keep going. I hope that really helps you guys. I love the questions. Every time you guys ask a question, it's helping somebody else. So just keep them coming. Pettigay Lewis, my girl. She says, so you do only have 2 databases? I'm surprised you have more than one. I didn't 100% understand your question, but no. I've got all kinds of databases. I've got all the contacts in my phone is a database. All the people I send postcards to is a database. All the people in my email database is a database. I've got phone lists. I've got a box of printed out, lists of people with phone numbers. I mean, I have all kinds of contact information and for days and days and weeks and months and years. So what's up, Uncle Johnny? I see you up there. I see you watching me. Okay. Petta says she edited it. Let me see real quick. So you do only have 2 databases? I'm surprised you have more than one. What's up, Jeremy Butler? How you doing, my brother? Welcome to the show. It's been a really awesome show so far. I kind of went a little bit into my story and, you know, comparing roofing houses to selling real estate and how much the roofing growing up has helped me so much. I mean, growing up in a blue-collar family, working my ass off every day laying shingles, and then jumping into real estate and just maintaining that high level of production every day, just getting after it. The main thing with me, guys, is that I don't let a single second go by without something being productive. Every single minute, every single second counts for something, right? Like I got up in the morning yesterday, worked out at 7 o'clock. Then I made calls till like 1:30. Then I did a podcast with Joshua Smith, the Get Shit Done guy, which was epic. Then I sold a condo, negotiated it out. Then I went showed a condo and sold it. Then I went kite surfing for 2 hours from 5 to 7. Came back home, started working. I worked till like 10, putting deals together, sending emails out, working on my website, stuff like that. Get up in the morning, worked out at 7 o'clock. Just been getting it all morning. Met a guy at 9 o'clock. Showed property at 1 o'clock. Now I'm doing this show with you guys. I've been dealing with inspections and negotiations and putting keys out for people and all kinds of stuff. Every single second, every single minute counts. I don't have any time off. You know, I work so hard that, you know, when I if I sit down for 5 minutes, that's like me relaxing. You know, if I sit down and watch me and my fiance's show at night, that's me just relaxing for a second and just hanging out. And then I'll recharge myself. I'll get a good night's sleep and I'm ready to hit it again. I have a huge desire to be successful on such a high level that, you know, nothing else matters. I'm going to go big or I'm going to go home. And I'm going to make sure that, you know, there's a balance. You know, I have a work-home balance. And it just, I work out. I do, you know, my work. I hang out with my girl. I take a lot of time on the weekends off. Not really off because I'm still thinking. I'm still trying to figure stuff out. But I'm not in the office getting after it. If I need to show property like I will tomorrow, then I'll do that. What's up, Michelle? Letitia Smith, she says, do I attend any networking events? Well, check this out. Next week, I'm going to Atlanta. I don't know where all you guys are, but I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to the Tony Robbins and Gary Vee convention there in Duluth, north of Atlanta. I'm going to have lunch with Gary Vee. And then Friday in Atlanta, I'm going to go to the RE/MAX Center and do a talk for that company, maybe 50 or 100 agents, and a Q&A session. So if any of you guys are in Atlanta next week, that'll be awesome. I'm going to do my show next week. Ask Ricky Live is actually going to be just going to go live at the talk so you guys can see me in action there and all that good stuff. So yes, ma'am, I do when I can. Okay, you're in Orlando. That's cool. You know, Letitia, I've got a really good buddy down there. I can come down and do an event there if you guys want. I'll be happy to come down there and go to Disneyland, Disney World. I'll be glad to come down there. So maybe I can get with my buddy down there, and Daniel Wilson with RE/MAX down that way. And maybe you guys can get together and we can put together some kind of event. We can get like 50 or 100 agents together and I'll come down there and do a little event and a Q&A session and I'll go to Disney World. I don't do a whole lot of networking events because I have so much business going on. And it's not that I couldn't leave and let my assistant handle a lot of stuff, but I just love to work. So am I going to have to start traveling around and doing talks and doing stuff like that? Yes, I am. But that's just part of the territory. Oh, cool. You met Daniel Wilson. Awesome. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's really killing it in social media and everything. Pettigay Lewis says, come to Washington, D.C. I need to meet you. I'll be glad to come to Washington, D.C. You know, let's book an event. If we can put something together and get a bunch of agents together and make it worth my while, you know, then I could come up there and, you know, do an event, do a Q&A in person. So I'd be glad to do that. Guys, let me give you another little tip. Drink a lot of water every day. If you drink a gallon of water every day, you'll be so jacked. I don't know if you guys believe me on that or not, but try it out. Get you a gallon of water. Drink the whole thing. Then get you another gallon of water and drink it the next day, and you're going to see you're going to be jacked. Guys, I don't know if you guys have any more questions or anything, but I think I'm going to leave it right here. Go to ZeroToDiamond.com and just sign up for a membership. Everybody that watches this, I'm gonna let you jump into the 30-day Jumpstart program. It'll be a group coaching session every Monday. We're gonna go over all the stuff that you need to do to build a strong foundation for your career moving forward. It's not gonna be calling for sale by owners and expireds or getting internet leads. So you know, go there and do that. All those coaching sessions will be recorded for you on the website, so you can always go back and listen to them. If there was something that you missed, or if you didn't make it at all, you can always go back. I want you to treat real estate like a job, and it'll be the best paying job you ever had. That's what my second broker taught me, which I was already doing. So it just reified the fact that, you know, keep doing what I'm doing. But for you guys who maybe don't have the same motivation as me, treat real estate like a job, and it'll be the best paying job you ever had. Sharon says, what time are you thinking for the jump start? I'm thinking 10 o'clock Central Time. But I'm open to suggestions. If a better time works better for everybody, I'm open to suggestions for that. So but I'm thinking 10 o'clock every Monday for 4 weeks, starting July 3rd. And we're going to get into it. I'm excited. I really, really want you guys to take all this in and use it to go to the next level. You know, you guys are probably sitting there thinking maybe in a couple years, 2 or 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, you know, I'll be doing good and all that. You need to do it now. You need to start building a huge business right now. Time's wasting. I didn't waste any time. Once I figured out the formula and all I needed to do was to just start killing it, then I went full force building my database. I also want you guys to think about the fact that your full-time job should be to make phone calls and to talk to property owners every day. But I want your job is to be likable and make them feel comfortable. Okay? People don't choose agents based on them that they're the best agent. Because any agent can put a property on MLS. Any agent can show you property. The reason they pick you is because they like you. They felt comfortable with you, right? So how do you make people feel comfortable with you? How do you make people like you? And I'll tell you, it's by putting their best interest first, being very low pressure, not trying to pressure them into anything. Let them know you're just here if they ever decide to do anything. And also being an information provider. You know, the emails I send out to my clients, if you guys want to see the emails I send out to my clients every week, just text all one word, list to last, one word, to 22828. Let me put it up on the screen. If you're not receiving my weekly emails that I send to my clients every week to see what I'm sending out to my clients, text list to last to 22828, and you'll start receiving that email every single Wednesday. I'm just giving it to you for nothing, right? I really absolutely want to see you guys do well. You can tell that this is genuinely, my heart is in it. Pettigay Lewis says, is your book also at Zero to Diamond? It is, Petta. My book is at ZeroToDiamond.com. You can go there and pick it up. Sharon Powell asks, what is the percentage of buyers versus sellers that I work with? I work with 20% buyers and 80% sellers. I go after sellers only. I only advertise for sellers. I only go after sellers. And then I just take what buyers come to me naturally, organically, through referrals, or if a seller wants to buy or something of that nature. So I don't advertise for any buyers. I only go after sellers, but I take every buyer that comes my way. I don't turn down too many buyers. I don't get that many. So when I get one, I'm like, man, all right. Right? So when you have a lot of buyers, then it's kind of, when you have a lot of buyers, then it's like, man, I hate buyers. But when you never get buyers and you're just working sellers most of the time, and you finally get a buyer, you're like, all right. So do real estate the happy way. Go after listings, take what buyers come your way. We're going to go over all this stuff, guys. 30-day jump start. Go to ZeroToDiamond.com. I'm looking forward to next week in Atlanta. I'm going to have lunch with Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm going to, do a talk to a company up there, a Remax company. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to go live for you guys on the Zero to Diamond group. So be looking for it. I'll create an event. Pettigay Lewis says, knowing you're grossing so much per year really shows your heart is into the coaching and not just another method of making a quick buck. I'm glad you said that, Pettigay Lewis, because there's so many scams and so much garbage out there right now. And some of these other live shows that I see out there, it's gross. It's kind of sickening to see some of the stuff out there. I'm not trying to, this is not a get rich quick scheme for me. I really want to help. When I got into real estate, I knew at a very early age, before I even roofed houses, when I was a little kid, that I wanted to help people on a massive level one day. And I knew I was going to work hard and help tons of people. I wanted to be super rich, turn around and take that money to help more people. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go so big, guys. I'm building my personal brand as well as this coaching business. And I just want to go to the moon with this. I think I have a unique story that I used to roof houses, and now I'm a top producer. I'm from small town Alabama, and my heart is in it. So if you guys have any more questions, type it in. I'll hang out for another couple minutes. Really, really good show, guys. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Anybody watching on the replay, if you're watching on the replay or hearing this on the podcast, and you want to join in each week and watch this show live, you can do so at the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Diamond Agents. So, yeah, looking forward to next week in Atlanta. Looking forward to doing this group coaching next month, 4 weeks in a row. Really taking you guys to a whole nother level. I can't wait to hear some of the questions I get in the group coaching. I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to hear what problems you're having based on what I'm telling you need to do each week. I'm just super excited about that. And then, like I said, we're going to do a group coaching call every single month, once a month, from there on out, forever. So that's what you get. It's only $47 a month, and it's really cheap. So, you know, why not? You know what I'm saying? You get to actually learn from an agent who is doing what you want to do. Somebody who's selling 100 properties a year, somebody who has already sold 70 properties this year. I have 60 current listings. I have sold 25 million so far this year. I'm in small town Alabama. I have one assistant. I'm a single agent. So I just want to share all the lessons I've learned over the years with you guys. So that's going to be it for me today, guys. Like I said, I really appreciate it. You guys have a good rest of the day. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your week next week. Sell some properties. Make some phone calls. Make some stuff happen. This is me signing out, guys. You have a good day. We'll talk to you soon. Much love.